All right, my name's Bradley Smith. I'm the founder of AVO Insights, and we are modernizing the direct mail experience. So the problem with mail is not does it work or is it relevant. The problem with mail is that it's an outdated experience. The same way that we, as millennials, engage with mail is the exact same way that our parents and their parents and their parents and their parents and their parents have engaged with mail. It's an incredibly outdated experience for millennials. So using augmented reality, we are able to turn all of these mailers into a modern digital experience. So when the user scans the mail in our application, it literally turns that mail piece into video. Video produces the highest click-through rate. The user can then engage with the company's digital content, click to call, email, website, and then all of this content is saved inside the application to be able to easily contact that company. So how did we get here? It's been a very interesting path. Over the last year, we've been operating as a services company. We've been in commercial real estate, museums, art galleries. We've been putting augmented reality in these industries and learning. How do people use augmented reality? Are companies willing to pay for augmented reality? Do users actually like augmented reality, and how sticky is AR? And we learned that, and then we realized that we could solve a larger problem with our products, so we pivoted into the mail industry. AVO became a SaaS product, and then we started onboarding paying customers. So it's so interesting why we're doing this, because back to my point, direct mail is relevant. Over 146 billion mailers still go out every single year. So obviously mail is working for companies. What's so interesting also is that the Postal Service found out that millennials want AR on their mail. They told the Postal Service, hey, we want augmented reality on our mail. And the Postal Service said, hey, we'll meet you guys halfway and give companies tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars off their mail if they use augmented reality on their mail. So the end customers are saying, hey, we want AR on our mail. The Postal Service is saying, hey, we'll meet you guys halfway, and all we're doing is filling that gap in the market. So the market size is quite big. The total available is about $30 billion. That's total mail sent out. What we're after is the actual marketing mail, which is around $15 billion. And then our first segmented market is retail, which comes in just under $7 billion. So competition right now is pretty fragmented. The AR platforms out there, they are agency-based. So they are essentially photoshopped for augmented reality. Nothing is automated. You have to drag and drop. It's really built for marketing agencies to create elaborate augmented reality experiences for their customers. And everything on our side is automated, and we're very, very focused on mail and marketing specifically. So the product, this is what our end users are using to engage with mail. This is what's enhancing that experience. That's what's overlaying the video. And what's so convenient about it is that it saves all of those coupons conveniently to the application. Over 2 billion coupons are still cut out every single year. I mean, it's almost 2020 and we're still cutting out coupons. You don't have to do that anymore. You scan the mailer and it saves all the coupons to the application. You don't have to remember that little floppy piece of paper in your pocket. You simply remember your phone, go into Dick's Sporting Goods, scan it, and you have your coupon. All of those convenient features are packed inside. And then the dashboard, this is where companies are creating the campaigns, they're monitoring, they're optimizing, and then tracking all of these mailers with in-depth analytics. So right now our business model is very simple. We do have plans to expand this and diversify, but we just really wanted to validate if companies are willing to pay for this. So this is our business model, $300 a month. Companies are paying this right now in order to use this software. The team is myself, Air Force veteran, marketing, background in software. I built the MVP, and then once we got up and going, we got Steve on board, senior software developer, a part of 2 startups that both sold for 8 figures, and then Chris has really good sales experience on the enterprise side. We are seeking $950,000. Majority of that is going towards software, product development, and people, and then marketing, working capital, and then expenses. So my last question to you all is, how do you become a household name? You go door to door, and that's exactly what we're doing. Thank you.
Effective time management. Well done.
Thank you.
It's not easy.
Air
I get it.
Force.
It's not easy. I get it. I'd say, again, storyline was a little disjointed, especially at the front. I think you identified a problem, you went to a solution, then you identified another problem. And in particular, it was...
What was the other problem?
So it was millennials want AR, and then you went to, here's a demo of what we're doing, and then you went to, all right, and now coupons are a problem, right? So I think I would condense, I would simplify and focus in on what are the problems you're going for. How are you addressing them?
Yeah, I think for us, there's a big black cloud over augmented reality, and that's that it's novelty. So my point of view in speaking on that is saying, hey, we're not just putting videos on mail.
Yeah.
There's actually useful features along with this application and along with augmented reality. So there's a big cloud right now where everyone goes, oh, augmented reality, it's just a novelty, it's just pop-up digital stuff, there's no real use case. And we need those features in order to have repeat customers. Because if it's just video, it's novelty. So having those features in there really enables us to create user adoption and longevity.
I don't know if you know the wine bottle.
19 Crimes.
19 Crimes, there you go. And it uses something similar. So if no one's I see some nodding heads.
Yeah.
It's a similar type thing. You buy a bottle of wine, you download an app, and then you show using your camera on your phone, it'll then tell you the story of the guy on the bottle and his actual crime and the history of what happened.
Really good use case.
And yeah, when you're
They
drinking
really
a bottle of
well,
wine
too.
with a bunch of friends, it works.
Yeah.
And I see what you're trying to do and what you're capturing. Again, I would try to encapsulate all that together, right? So what you've got is an augmented reality program, which is then helping to drive better usage of direct mail. I'll be the first to tell you, I throw that right in the garbage. But if you now have a mechanism that is going to pull someone into looking at that mail, and then can use it to then download coupons and things like that, I think now you're presenting a pretty good solution. I would just kind of streamline that storyline a little bit. And on the revenue side, let's talk about that for a minute. You said it was, what, $300 a month per company, I guess is what that is. How's the churn rate? And do you have any key customers, any feedback from them? Some of that type of information might actually be really, really helpful, especially if you've got an extra 30 seconds or however much time you've got. That might be something that could be really a clincher for you.
So well done on being efficient with the time. A couple of things. I didn't know that, I'm assuming from your email there, I didn't know the name of your company. I didn't see it throughout the presentation, and I was trying to think of what it was. Because when I walk away from here, I saw 4 pitches today. I know Elizabeth's company, but yours are going to say, oh yeah, that direct mail company or the AR company. So you're going to get a tagline in the memory of all of us. And
Did I miss it in the beginning? Did I not say it?
Yeah, you went so fast.
Did
I would just be
AVO Insights.
Be clearer on what it is that what the name is, so that when you get the word of mouth referral, if you're raising funds, how are people going to describe you? It's either going to be by who you are, by the company name, or by what you do. And so that's an opportunity in all of these pitches is who are you and what are you leaving us with? Second, on the funding, it was good for what you're doing it, but one of the things I like to see is where's it going to take you? This funding will take us to a Series A. This funding will take us to profitability. It'll take us to a certain level of customer engagement. What's the funding going to do for the company? Because as investors, it's not just, giving you money. It's, I kind of want to have an impact. So I would add, what's the impact? You can put that in that slide without making it complicated. And then I agree with, you bounce between the different viewpoints of a company and a user. And for the $300 a month, what am I getting? I own a business. This is interesting to me, but what's the benefit of the value add to me of that? And so if you want to pitch the coupons, you could frame it in the, hey business, here's 3 other ways that this can engage. That's how I would include that in there. But you went from, $300 a month as a business, and I still didn't get those value, to, now you're pitching me as a consumer. So just a little bit of feedback there. I don't really have anything else for you, but those are just some of my thoughts that I went through. And then, what is the state of your company? What's your cash burn rate? Are you taking, I'd have lots of other questions. And if it's a technology company, are you taking salaries? Are you working full other jobs? Is this full time for you? All those questions.
Yeah, so we have a small amount of revenue right now. We're actually changing our business model a little bit right now. We're starting to try to get more into key partnerships with longevity of the product and companies that send a lot of mail consistently. The $300 a month is kind of good validation just to see if people are willing to pay for this, but it isn't providing the amount of data and engagement that we need in order to make the product better. So we've kind of taken a step back and are trying to get partnerships now to have longevity and really understand and then optimize how the product is working.
And when you say partnerships, what does that mean?
Yeah, so like Retail Rack, LPL Financial, these companies that send a large amount of mail consistently, we'll try to go in there and say, hey, let's kind of pilot this software. Obviously, it's a great value add for you guys if you're able to push sales through this new channel. It's great for us. We're able to understand key metrics and be able to have these case studies and use cases to go in there. And then once we've created more of a market, then we can kind of go back and start selling it more as a SaaS product, but can't sell a product in a market that doesn't exist. So kind of taking a step back and creating those key partnerships.
Any questions in the audience? Yeah.
Tell me about partnering with printers, direct mail printers, and maybe they can sell a product on commission.
Yeah, so we do have channel partners like that are onboarded. With it being this new, it's so unbelievably difficult to do a 30-minute software demo or an hour and then have them try to regurgitate all of this to their end customers, and it just kind of is another thing on their list to do. So to be completely honest, we just really haven't seen that much traction. You would think, hey, print company, you have innovation for your print, but it just honestly isn't, it's just not falling into place like that. So again, kind of back to the partnerships, once we can kind of say and speak more on how well this software does, and we have some key metrics right now with engagement, and we know that people are watching longer videos on mail than on Facebook. The average person scans their mail 3 to 4 times with this application. That's from actually showing friends, family, decision makers. We get a lot of feedback and surveys. Obviously the sizzle, the novelty is part of all of this. They like it, they've never seen anything like it before, so then they show the coworker, wife, husband, kids, decision maker. So those are all the key metrics we're getting back, but we don't have, that, hey, you send out 1 million mailers, you have 50,000 more in revenue because you sold, 1,000 more pairs of sneakers through this, blah, 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 blah. That's what we're trying to get to. Once we can get to that, then I think the print companies will kind of come more on board.
Yep. Just along those lines, I would tell a story of a customer use case. Like I have a Qdoba coupon that they mailed me in the mail that I plan to take to the store, and it's for their launch of the new burrito for with the Impossible Burger or whatever. Like, tell me a story of, hey, the company got traction. Tell me that, because I think the same problem that you said the direct mail companies are having explaining your service is the same problem I have. I get the concept, but it's complicated. Like, how do you simplify that? Like, really getting that simplicity for your users, I think, would help us understand it better too.
Yeah.
Looks like he's got it.
Yep, great question. So through incentives, that's why we're focused on retail. In the beginning, we learned it needs to be obviously pretty good incentive in order to download an application from mail. So with retail, we're able to do buy one, get one free, win a free pair of boots, 20% off, 50% off, all of those incentives to drive that user adoption.
And so, who's providing that incentive?
The company.
So they're sending a mailer and say, by the way, you have to download this app.
For 20% off, download AVO Insights and scan the mailer.
Any other questions from the audience? All right, with that, Bradley from AVO Insights.